Welcome to Lesson 4 of the IELTS Complete Training course. This course was put together by Dr. Greg Martin's OJI. My name is Melissa, and I will be your guide today. Today, we will continue with Section 1 question types. You'll encounter several question types in Section 1. First is form completion. You complete a form, notes, or table with information from the conversation. This is the most common Section 1 question type. Key strategies include reading the form before listening to predict what information you need. Note if answers should be numbers, dates, or words. Pay attention to word limits like no more than 2 words. Write exactly what you hear. Don't change the form. Second is note, table, or summary completion, similar to form completion but organized differently. Third is multiple choice. You choose the correct answer from options A, B, C, or sometimes D. All options will be mentioned, so listen for the actual answer, not just keywords. The correct answer is often paraphrased, not stated directly. Fourth is short answer questions. You answer questions with a few words, usually no more than 3 words. Get the complete IELTS course as a paperback or Kindle on Amazon via the link below. The book title is IELTS Complete Training Course, Your Comprehensive Guide to IELTS Success by Dr. Greg Martin's OJI. We also recommend that you subscribe to this channel so you're notified of new videos. Please share your thoughts in the comments section. A copy of the book is shown at the top of your screen. The power of prediction. Since you hear the recording only once, prediction is your most powerful strategy. Before each section begins, you have time to read the questions. Use this time strategically. How to predict effectively. First, read the instructions carefully. Note word limits. No more than 2 words and/or a number means gym membership. 2 words or 3 months, number and word are acceptable, but expensive gym membership, 3 words, is not. Second, read all questions quickly. Scan through to understand the general topic and type of information needed. Third, analyze what information you need. Will it be numbers like prices, dates, or quantities? Names of people, places, or organizations? Descriptive words like adjectives or types? Time expressions like days, times, or durations? Fourth, underline keywords. Circle or underline words that tell you what to listen for. Fifth, predict possible answers. If the question is, what day is the appointment? You know to listen for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on. Listening for signals. Speakers use signal words to introduce important information. Train yourself to recognize these. When answering questions, listen for yes, it's, that's, it would be, actually, in fact, or well. When giving specifics, listen for exactly, precisely, or specifically. When correcting information, listen for sorry, I meant. Actually, it's no, let me correct that, or wait, did I say? I meant. When spelling out information, listen for that's spelled or let me spell that for you. When confirming information, listen for yes, that's right, exactly, or correct. The trap of distractors. Section 1 includes distractors, incorrect information mentioned before the correct answer. The test deliberately includes misleading information to see if you're listening carefully. Common distractor patterns include changed information. A speaker might say, the class is on Tuesday. Actually, no, it's been moved to Thursday. The answer is Thursday, not Tuesday, even though Tuesday was mentioned first. Another pattern is rejected options. The speaker says, would you like a single or double room? The response is, I was thinking single, but actually a double would be better. The answer is double. A third pattern is near misses. The question asks for price. The speaker says, it usually costs £50, but we have a special offer this week for £35. The answer is £35, not £50, even though it was mentioned. How to handle distractors. Don't write the first thing you hear. Listen to complete thoughts before deciding. Pay attention to words like actually, but, however, instead, or rather. Wait for confirmation before finalizing your answer. Spelling and numbers. Spelling accuracy is crucial. Misspelled answers receive 0 marks. Common spelling challenges include double letters like accommodate, committee, necessary, successful, and tomorrow. Silent letters like receipt, column, island, and foreign. Confusing pairs like practice with C versus practice with S, advice with C versus advise with S, and effect with A versus effect with E. British versus American spelling both are accepted. Center C-E-N-T-R-E or center C-E-N-T-E-R, color C-O-L-O-U-R or color C-O-L-O-R, organize with S or organize with Z, and traveling with double L or traveling with single L are all acceptable. For numbers and figures, phone numbers are written as heard. 55 equals 55. 0 or 0 represents 0. 333 equals 333. Dates can use multiple formats. June 15th, 15 June, 15/6, or June 15 are all acceptable. Times use 12-hour or 24-hour format. Thor, 3:30 p.m., 15:30, 3:30, or 3:30 all work. Money includes the currency symbol. 50 pounds, $35, or 100 euros should be written with the appropriate symbol. Sections 3 and 4 differ significantly from Sections 1 and 2 in vocabulary complexity, speaking speed, and conceptual difficulty. These sections test your readiness for university-level English. Section 3, Academic Discussion. Section 3 features a conversation between 2 to 4 people in an academic or training context. Common scenarios include student-tutor discussions about assignment feedback, project planning, or research guidance. Study group conversations where students discuss coursework, prepare presentations, or analyze readings. Academic seminars where students and professors discuss topics, theories, or case studies, or training discussions involving professional training scenarios or workplace planning meetings. The conversation involves multiple speakers, making it more challenging to follow than Sections 1 and 2. You must track who says what and understand academic discourse patterns. What makes Section 3 harder? Several factors increase the difficulty. First, there are multiple speakers, 2 to 4 people. You must distinguish between different voices and track who is speaking. Names or roles help identify speakers. Second, academic vocabulary appears frequently. Terms like methodology, hypothesis, implications, and framework appear regularly. Unlike Section 1's everyday language, Section 3 uses university-level academic English. Third, discussions involve abstract concepts, theories, interpretations, analyses, and abstract ideas rather than concrete facts like phone numbers or addresses. Fourth, speech is faster and more natural. Speakers may overlap, interrupt politely, or speak more rapidly than in earlier sections. Fifth, some information is implicit. Some answers require understanding implications or inferences, not just hearing direct statements. Academic discussion language. Understanding how academics discuss topics helps you follow Section 3. When giving opinions, academics say, "I think or believe," "from my perspective," "in my view," or "I would argue that." When agreeing, they say, "I agree with that," "That's a good point," "Exactly," or "I see what you mean." When disagreeing politely, they say, "I see your point, but I'm not sure I agree with that." "That's true, however," or "I'd argue differently." When suggesting ideas, they say, "Perhaps we could," "What if we," "How about," or "It might be worth." When expressing uncertainty, they say, "I'm not entirely sure," "It's hard to say," or "I wonder whether." Strategies for multiple speakers. Strategy 1. Note who is speaking. The recording introduces speakers and often uses their names during the conversation. Keep track mentally or jot quick notes. Strategy 2. Focus on roles. Often, one person is the tutor or professor, an authority figure, while others are students. The tutor's comments may carry more weight or provide corrections. Strategy 3. Listen for agreement and disagreement. Questions often ask whose opinion is being expressed or whether speakers agree. Listen for agreement signals like "yes, exactly," or disagreement signals like "well, I'm not so sure." Strategy 4. Follow turn-taking patterns. Academic discussions follow patterns. Someone proposes an idea, others respond by agreeing, disagreeing, or modifying. The discussion develops, and a conclusion or decision is reached. Section 4. Academic Lecture. Section 4 is a monologue in an academic context, typically a university lecture or presentation. This is the most challenging section. Common topics include scientific processes or discoveries, historical events or periods, social or psychological phenomena, environmental or technological developments, or academic theories and concepts. The lecturer speaks alone for 3 to 4 minutes about a complex academic topic, using sophisticated vocabulary and discussing abstract concepts.